YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, guys, it's been a while. Scheduling an upload is quite difficult as I've experienced. So I will go back to the old way of uploading content here in this channel. So like 2 or 3 videos within the week if ever I can. Anyways, so we are doing the Fusion and Link Festival, which is typically the newer cards that were added into the game for Master Duel. But the one thing that is interesting is the under the 5-star event. So for me, I am going with mimighoul, and I think majority of the people are also using mimighoul. But I've always been playing Goblin Blacker, so I just settled with mimighoul for this event. So this is my deck that I've been playing. 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Fowalos because I think Maxi is banned here. 1 copy of the Talents, 2 copies of the Grave, and another significant one here is a Summoning Curse. People already know this because if you're using mimighoul, you already know this card. Every time you spell summon a monster to your opponent's side of the field, you can rip 1 card from their hand, so that it would lessen their starting hand during their turn. Now, this is pretty good if you are going first, of course. But, you know, it's a pretty good card to have. Another thing here, if you're going first, is your trap card, the Room. 3 copies of the field spell, 1 fork, and 3 makers. That's basically it for the main deck. If you want a deck list for this, it will be in the comment section as usual. For the extra deck, it's just basically the important ones is the Throne. On 3 copies, you can run 2 if you want. And same as the Giant, you can run 2 with this. The rest is basically utility, but if you have multiple level 1s on the field that you can go into your copy for Utopic feature, into your Utopic Draco feature, is another form of negate on the board. So yeah, I think that's one relevant card there. The rest is basically utility, as like I said. But anyways, this is the deck list that I've been using, or this is the deck that I've been using for this event, and let's go towards the replays for the games that I've been playing. All right, so let's go. All right, so here we are with the replays, and yes, we are starting first with the Summoning Curse. So like I said, this is a pretty good card if you're going first. We have an Ash Blossom, a Cold Buy, and a copy of an Emperor, which is pretty neat to have on your starting hand. And luckily, we also have a starter, which is the dungeon. So with this, our only play here is going for the dungeon first, getting a copy of our Dragon. Dragon and normal summon, getting a copy of Maker. Maker will be activated, and then you're always going to reveal a copy of the Archfiend and the Dragon. So our guy is going to choose the Dragon here, or the Archfiend here. And let us get the copy of the Dragon, spell summon the Dragon to the field. Go into a copy of the Throne. Throne summons the Maker to the field, or Master to the field, I mean. And search out 1 more card. We go for the Fairy here. Use the effect of the Curse, and then use the Fairy's effect to spell summon to their side, ripping 1 card from their hand. Now with this, it was kind of significant though, because we removed the Big Jaws, which is the newer card for, or the newer supports for the Sharks. So with this, we set 2 cards and our turn here. During our opponent's turn, he will go for 7th Tachyon. I should have waited until he gets the card that he needs, but 7th Tachyon is practically the main card here. I forgot there was a 7th card that can search out 7th Tachyon. But nevertheless, it was a good Ash. I really thought that was a bad one. Our guy is going to go for a Big Jaws, or a 2nd copy of Big Jaws here. We draw into a copy of the Charm from the Archfiend and ripping 1 card from their side. We use the effect of the Maker here, flipping 1 card from their side so that it will flip the Fairy's effect, which allows your opponent can't activate the effects of special summon monsters. So with this, back to my field, normal summon the Shark, or the Buzzsaw Shark. And at this point, he doesn't have any other choice but to go for a battle, removing my Fairy. On the next turn, we are good for lethal because we have a lot of cards on hand at this point with a Master of 3,000 or 4,000 attack. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot about this. So Charm is another good card to actually use, just for fun. So every time you flip a card, you can gain 1 card from their extra deck to your side of the field if they can be summoned. So with this, ripping 1 more card, use the effect of the dungeon here because it's once per turn effect. You normal summon the Archfiend, flipping the Dragon to the field, and then Charm will be activated, getting 1 monster from their side, which we got a copy of Full Armored Utopic Ray. And then with this, put everything to attack, and then spell summon a copy of one rank 1 monster. It doesn't really matter, but I chose the highest attack. And then go for game. That's it. So, another minor problem with the deck is if ever you get rolled here, then it's basically game over. But most of the time, you're winning most of your games. So that's game number 1. Let's move on with game number 2. Alright, so for game number 2, we are going second with a dragon, a Cerberus, 2 copies of Called by the Grave. Pretty good to actually have 2 copies of Called by the Grave because this was kind of useful against our opponent. Oh yeah, we're going up against Naturias here, so a lot of graveyard effects for Naturias. Luckily, we have Called by the Grave for that one. But anyways, we have 1 fork as well. So our guy's going first, and this is a splash with Vernosilp as well with Naturias. So pretty good deck to actually play with. So summon Camellia to the field, and then dumping a copy of Sacred Tree, getting a copy of Mole Cricket from there, other than the spell card. But yeah, that was pretty good for the search. Going Mole Cricket, dumping 2 cards, and then that's basically it. Having three back rows plus a copy of Rose Whip on the field, that limits me in using 1 spell or trap card a turn. So with this, I'm just gonna make it count with the fork. But yeah, the other choice for this one is, because your opponent has 2 choices for the fork. So he can either flip it face up or send it to the graveyard and allow me to draw 2 cards, which of course this is what he did. So fork targets the dragon that I flipped face down. Our guy will use the Mole Cricket using the effect of Camellia to dump 2 cards to the grave, summoning a copy of Naturia Vine here. So with this, it chose to allow me to draw 2 cards. So my only choice here is going for Master, normal summon, use the effect. Our guy is gonna go for Camellia again. We'll summon another Camellia from the graveyard, but nevertheless, it was perfectly fine. Dumping a copy of Sunflower, which is pretty good if ever. And then going for an attack on the Rose Swift so that I can actually use my spell and traps. Problem with this is he already has the Blessing on the board, which he will try to summon the Rose Swift back to the field. Luckily, I said a while ago, Cold Buy is on our hand. So with this, we'll try to remove the Rose Whip here. Our guy's going to use the effect of the Vine. We have a second Cold Buy for that, which is pretty good. So with this, we remove 2 problematic cards on the board. But the best thing about the Naturias is, they can spam the cards on the board if ever they have the materials to do so. Summoning a copy of Sunflower to the field, it was kind of problematic, but not to a grave sense. Going for a copy of Dungeon, getting a copy of Archfiend, and spell summoning the Archfiend to their side with a copy of Cerberus as well. Putting my Imperm on this column. My only problem here is I didn't know that this was actually an Imperm on their side. So it was kind of bad on my part though. So our guy's going to go for Cerberus. I will try to negate that one. Or I'll try to negate Sunflower just in case. I will try to force 1 flip down card face up. And then he used his own Imperm after I did use mine. So yeah, it was pretty bad. But Sunflower negates the Master. His own Imperm negates my own Imperm. But nevertheless, Cerberus was actually useful. The only good part about this is he still has a face down card, so he can't attack my monster at this point. So there you go. So Vernosilp is going to dump 1 card from the hand, spell summoning the Naturias Camellia to the field, getting a copy of the Sacred Tree, and then gaining access to the Stink Bug. Go into a copy of the Naturias Beast from the 2 cards on the field, and then when the Naturias Mole Cricket is triggered, it will be spell summoned to the field alongside the copy of Ladybug. So there we go. Load Ladybug, and then it's trying to go for battle. And like I said, as long as he has a face down card, he can't do any battle or whatsoever. So he could have just gone with the Archfiend first, flipping it face up, and then going for battle. Nevertheless, he forgot that effect, so we're still pretty good. Drawing 1 card and then discarding 1 on the side. It was a pretty good discard though because it was the Glow Up Bulb. So spell summon the Glow Up Bulb into a copy of Martial Metal Marcher, and that's basically the board. And Naturia's Sting Bug is another annoying card to have on the field. So when a Naturia monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can send this card from your field to the graveyard, negate the attack, and the battle phase. So technically, we want to remove this, of course, alongside a copy of Naturia Beast. Luckily, the effect of the Naturia Beast is when you activate a spell card. So this is already on the field though, so we can still use this effect. So with this, on our turn, we go into a copy of Giant Mimighoul. Try to pop 2 cards, but our guy's gonna go for Mole Cricket here, spell something another body to the field. I forgot what he summoned here though. Oh, just the Mole Cricket. I forgot about that. Anyways, Giant Mimighoul summon to the field, get a copy of Dragon, go for Dungeon, get a copy of Fairy, armor summon to the field with a Fairy, of course, and with this, going into a copy of Mimighoul Throne. Now, I'll use the secondary effect for the Mimighoul Throne to attach it to the Master and bounce back 2 cards on the board because it has still 2 materials. Use the effect of the Dragon here, spell summon this to their side. Our guy is going to go into a copy of Mole Cricket, special summoning 2 bodies, which is a Sunflower and a copy of Mole Cricket again. Use the effect of Giant Mimighoul here, target 1 Sunflower to destroy it, but he used his effect. Nevertheless, it's still pretty good because we still have 1 normal summon that we can actually do. Go for Archfiend, flipping that card face up, destroying their board, and we go into a copy of the Throne next. So that's 2 materials in the Throne. So in case he will summon 2 bodies to the field, we can just bounce it back with a copy of the Throne. So with this, attack for 4k, main phase 2, flip, put 1 set card, and that's our turn. During his turn, he still has materials. So Vernisil dumps 1 card, spell summon 1 from the graveyard. Which is, yeah, no, I was just hoping for something more relevant. So when you use the effect of the Sacred Tree there, which is a continuous spell, I definitely need to bounce that card. So that is basically the end of the game when he surrendered. So that's game number 2. Let's move on to game number 3. Alright, so here we are with our last game, guys. So we have a Mimighoul armor, 1 copy of Slime, 1 Ash, 1 Dungeon, and a copy of the Charm, which is pretty good if you're going first. Sad to say we're going second. So we're dealing with an artifact deck. I was really scared because he set 3 or 5 cards in the back row, which is typically all artifact cards. So our turn, we go into a dungeon here. I was really scared for this though. I thought this was another form of a stun deck for this event. But you know, Charm on this side. There we go. Go for Archfiend here. Flipping that card face up. We go use the effect of the Charm. We'll summon a body from the extra deck or their extra deck to our field, which is pretty good. We got a 3k body. Go into a Dragon next. Gaining a copy of Maker. I should have gone into Maker here, but I was very scared of the back row if ever it would be kinda significant. So I stopped or I did not use Maker here just in case it was kinda dangerous for my deck. So with the 2 monsters on the field, we go for a copy of the Throne. Throne summons a copy of the Master to the field. And then our guy is going to use a card. So he's going to go for the Network Trap Hole here, banishing my monster. And at least didn't negate it, though. It was kind of good. So getting a copy of Archfiend next. Go for battle. 1 out of 500. And lastly, going for the 3k. Main phase 2. Having the Archfiend on his field. Using the effect of Maker. Revealing the Cerberus and the Dragon here. Gaining access to that. Mimighoul Dragon spell summon to the field and going into a copy of Giant Mimighoul to gain access to our room. We also want to pop this card here because I want to make room for other Mimighoul cards if ever we summon a lot to the field. So with this, during our opponent's turn, our guy's gonna set 1 more back row, and then with the end of his turn, we go into a copy of Master here. Master search out 1 more card. It is typically our Archfiend here to forcibly flip it face down, or flip it face up, I mean. And with this, once we realized it was artifact, I was kind of scared, but nevertheless, all I need to do at this point is just use the effect of Giant Mimighoul's passive effect, which is it allows me to attack him directly. So yeah, it was, you know, a perfect match against artifact. Because I don't really need to like deal with a head-on collision with their monsters. Because I think there's 1 monster here that allows your artifact cards not to be destroyed. There we go. Which is you know, put them in attack position, go for Archfiend, flip that Cerberus there, getting one more body, summoning the Durandal on their side, using the effect of the throne here to remove one back row, because I think he still used that back row there. I forgot. Yes, he did. So that's the Called by the Grave. I don't really know what back row he's using on the top right, but doesn't really matter at this point because I just need to like go for battle at this point. So with this, use the effect of armor, spell summon it to their side. Our guy has a last activation for Lancia, which is, I don't know why he did that. And all I need to do is just go for an attack. There we go. So go for battle and then attack his life points directly, and that's the end of the game. I really love the strategy for the mimighouls. It's quite interesting for the events, but I think that's the only thing that it's good for, to be honest. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. That's everything for the under 5-star event. What are your thoughts of the events? That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next upload. Keep safe, good luck. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Goodbye, guys. Baboosh.